Good morning, everyone. I think everybody can hear me. It's pretty loud, isn't it? Anyways, it's my duty to welcome everybody here today. I hope you enjoyed breakfast. I hope already you met a lot of new people that you might not have known. So I have to say it's kind of overwhelming, a little bit surreal to be here today. Our planning committee for the Women in Mining group been probably working on this for 2.5 years. So some headwinds, some tailwinds lately, which has been great. And so I have to say it's been truly an inspiring journey to me personally. And so I'm very happy. I'll introduce myself now, but very happy and very privileged to be the president of this incredible organization. So I'm also in my spare time when I'm not doing anything for WIM. I work for Newmont Mining at the Cripple Creek and Victor mine. Melissa, where are you sitting? Yay! She's our general manager. And I'm the maintenance superintendent currently for processing. So it's a lot of fun. So next, what we're going to do is we'll go through a couple of instructions and some housekeeping. And for that, I want to introduce Amanda Adams here. She has multiple roles, but first of all, she's one of the co-chairs, or with me, she's the co-chair for this meeting. And she's also the WIM Denver president for the second time now. And then she's also the Business Center Practice Lead at Stentec. And today, there's really one person we got to listen to keep this thing running smoothly. It's Amanda. She's our Master of Ceremony. So Amanda, let's go over to you. Oh, and I'm sorry, before I forget, I do want to really recognize and thank everybody also dialing virtually. I don't know exactly how many we've got online, but we had about 250 people sign up. So about 100 more people that are in the room today, which is just an incredible spread and incredible reach. Now, over to you, Amanda.
All right, well, thanks, everyone. Like Anita said, it's surreal, I think, is a good description of the feeling. Just to be in the room with everyone, and I'm just ecstatic about what we're going to discuss today and the amazing speakers that we're going to have. So we start with safety, and that's where we're going to start. You'll see the exits behind you, and there's also exits to the side. If there is an emergency and we need to evacuate the building, go out these doors, and then there are doors that lead to the outside world. If for some reason those doors are blocked, go up the stairs and to the main entrance of the hotel. Can you raise your hand if you are first aid certified or CPR certified? Okay, good. There's lots of people here. I'm sure that we won't have any issues, but if we do, we're all going to remain calm. We're going to assign a single person to call 911. We are going to, take care of anything that happens. But the most important thing is that we are going to, just remain calm and take care of it. There are a lot of COVID precautions that we are taking today, and so just want to remind you of those. When you're sitting at your table, not eating or drinking, we ask that you wear a mask, and we've provided the Women in Mining masks that you got at registration. A lot of people have your own masks, so we would ask that you wear those when you're here, when you're sitting and listening to the presentations. Please keep those on. You'll see that there's little bottles of hand sanitizer in the table on each of the tables. Those are real handy, and when you if you need to touch your face or just need to kind of wash your hands off, go ahead and feel free to use those. There's also little bowls of candy on the table because we want you all to keep your energy going, and so feel free to snack on those throughout the day. If you need to get a drink of water, there's little water stations here and here, and then of course the coffee station is just straight back. The restrooms are out the door and then to my right, just kind of along this wall to that side, past the elevators. Let's see, emergency medical first aid, restrooms, water, coffee. I think we got it.
Good. Next. Oh, we're still on.
All right. Social media is also really important to us. We want to amplify what we are doing with Women in Mining. We don't want it to just stop with the people that are sitting in this room and the people that are watching virtually. We want to propel Women in Mining and keep it growing. And we need all of your help to do that by sharing your experiences today on social media. So take photos, take a photo of yourself, take a photo of, some interesting person that you become friends with through your interactions today, and then share it on LinkedIn, hashtag WIMUSA21, and then tag WIMUSA, tag WIM Utah. They are technically our hosts today. Thank you very much to the WIM Utah chapter for hosting us. If you're part of a local chapter of WIM, then go ahead and tag those. And please subscribe to the WIM event calendar. You can do that by going to womeninmining.us and saying, yes, please send me notifications about WIM events. And so Pam was at registration. Thank you, Pam, for all of your hard work. And the students at the registration desk will be collecting business cards. If you have a physical business card, go ahead and drop one off at the registration desk. Or if you don't have any business cards like me, just go to send an email to national@womeninmining.us with your with your contact information. And then at the reception tonight, we'll be drawing some prizes for the people that either dropped off business cards or send us an email with their information. Okay, back to you, Anita.
All right, thank you. So next we want to talk about the context, the topic for today. Well, women in mining, but really with kind of the context changing the face of mining. And with that comes a little personal story, which I think a lot of you, if not all of you, men and women, women and men can relate to. Anyways, I'm originally from the Netherlands, Dutch. I actually studied mining in the Netherlands. And yes, we still have a mining school there, but 0 mines. And so not just my family, but most everybody that I met when I was studying, like, mining? Really? You get the different range of facial expressions. It's either surprised or angry or like, oh, just kind of like happy. I didn't know that women could actually study this. It's such a man's world. Like, oh, no, don't worry, it isn't. And so for me, I always explained the reason why I really wanted to study mining, why it just interested me. And most of it was adventure. It was travel. I love the mountains. I really wanted to meet all of these people from different countries and get to know them. And so after probably about 20 years in the mining industry, I have to say I still feel that way. Everywhere I've went, people have an enormous passion for this industry. And so what we want to do here today is use that collective passion to really help change the face of mining. We want to attract as many people, men and women, I know today the topic is women, to our industry. And so that's really what we want to do here today and what a lot of the discussion and content that you'll be hearing is going to be about. So next, just quickly wanted to take everybody through the agenda. I like to do things pretty quick, so we're not going to go line by line. But on your table signs, there are 2 QR codes, and one of those says agenda. So if you want to keep track of the agenda, you can scan that in there. I think our virtual participants have the agenda right on their virtual page. So you can see that. But in the morning, we are going to talk about the challenges, different challenges that we faced, but with attracting and both retaining women in our industry. And we want to do that and look at very different viewpoints. And that's why we put you all on these. I know it was going to be a stretch to get everybody seated around the table purposefully, but that's why we wanted to mix you up. We want you to share your experiences across your companies, maybe across different types of companies that you work for, because I think all of us have tried something. Some things worked really well, some things didn't work well, and so want to talk about that in the morning. So then in the afternoon, we're going to look at a little bit more solutioning, which is we oftentimes do like right from the get-go, but hold off solutioning to the afternoon. And so there's going to be a workshop that's going to help us kind of think outside of the box. We're going to learn from some really great inspirational female leaders, which I'm very excited about that panel session. And then at the end, we will collect all of this information, and everybody who's attended and signed up, registered for the conference, both virtually and in person, will get the report out. Not immediately. It's going to take a little while, right, Martin? So that's the agenda. Gonna keep on schedule. So I think the next thing is really, really very important for us and for this conference and for our for our objectives, and it's all of the thank yous. So we're going to do a little exercise. If either your group or your company or your name is called Please Stand Up, but no applauses yet. We'll do that way at the end. But I bet everybody will be standing at the end. So here we go. So first, the planning committee for this conference. We've got Amanda Adams. Myself, yay. We've got Ashley Chancellor. We have got Pam Hoffman. We've got Crystal Darger. She is not here. She works for Rio. She's online. Rebecca Sawali. We got Martin Cohn. Corinne Smith, who's with us virtually as well. Alita Brown. Emily Rose. And Ashley Dibble. All right, great. And so, just I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I've been working with probably half of this group for about 2.5 years, and the last couple of months with the rest of the group. And for me personally, it's been just super, super rewarding. It's very inspiring because these are all such dedicated people. Nothing kind of slips through the cracks. Things get done when they commit to it. I think it's a really special group of people, and I am gonna very much miss connecting with them on such a frequent basis. So thank you all. So next we're gonna go to I think the more formal thank yous. First of all, Rio Tinto Kennecott for being the signature sponsor, but also for hosting the virtual option to this conference, which has allowed us to reach a whole lot further. So if there's anybody from Rio here, please stand up. Then we've got WIM chapter leadership. Please all stand up. Oh, you got to stay standing after I've called you. Thank you. We want the entire room to stand after this. We want all of the allies, all of the men in this room to stand as well. Very, very important. And I see quite a bit more than a couple of years ago. Students and academia. I know some of you travel a long, long, long way. And so we know students, we really appreciate you all being here. You're the future. I think we need to listen to you most of all. We've got corporate members and sustaining sponsors. So that's the next slide. So if your company's on here, please stand up. Then we've got our conference sponsors. We've got 3 different sets of conference sponsors, all equally important. We got our social event sponsors. Then we have our influencer sponsors. Then we've got our field trip and workshop sponsors. And then I think last is the Northern Miner. Donna, I haven't met you yet this morning. Hey, very nice to meet you. So I know there's still a few people sitting, but everybody please stand up. Because, I mean, you're here for a reason. You came here by yourself. No matter like how much we get sponsorship, I think it's really how we can make the biggest impact is really have people that want to be here, that want to contribute, and want to get to learn and help the industry. So with that, everybody give yourself an amazing applause.